May Gavanan Melons, how are we today? We're going to see if we can get Bilbo, or in fact my hobbit here is called Drungo, up to the Lonely Mountain. So there's the Lonely Mountain up there, and there's a couple of little instances in the book that we're going to look at. So when they first arrived at the mountain, they gathered at the Raven's Rock or something. We're going to go and see Ravenloft. This is Ravenloft over here, which is where there might be a little lookout guard post thing that they gathered at, that Thorin and Bilbo and the company. So in this video what we're going to do is we're going to talk through the journey of Bilbo and Thorin in The Hobbit, and this is probably our last episode. Sad, huh? We could always do the journey back, but I don't think so. Okay, so let's get down here. So the first thing they did was they came across the mountain and they saw the ruins of Dale. We saw the ruins of Dale in our last video. And what we're going to do here is we're going to have a look at a couple of landmarks in the game. Remember, we've talked about this before. The game itself is the timeline that the game happens in is, what is it, 80 years after the events of The Hobbit, so a lot has changed, and the dwarves have moved back into Erebor and they've tidied it all up after Smaug, so there probably are a few cutscenes and things in here that you can go and look at. The big wolf. And if you play the game you can get through these cutscenes. This is a fairly high level area, though I think you have to be 110? Level 110 to get to this place. So if you're doing your Middle-earth tour, you need to get cracking building those characters. Now I put a couple of videos up before that I thought we could get up there. Which way am I going? I put a few videos up before about characters you might choose to do your Lord of the Rings tourism with. And one character that you might choose, or the classes, doesn't really matter what race you choose. I never see any real difference between them, but can we get up there? Come on. And here we are at the Raven's Lookout Tower thing, and this is features in the book. I don't think we can actually get onto it. Maybe we can. Let's see. Can we do a jump? Nobody tosses a dwarf! Oh, we can't get up there. Let's see. Try it again. Is there another way to do this? Nobody tosses a dwarf! Yeah, we're not going to get that one. That's a hobbit, by the way, not a dwarf. But anyway, we get up here and... can we get... we get down here, look. No, we can't. I don't know if we can. Let's see. Can we get up this? No, we can't. Okay, so anyway, they gather at this watchtower and make their plans. And then have to decide what they're going to do next. And the next thing they're going to do is they're going to look for the secret doorway. And what they do is they follow a path up the mountain. We're going to crack on and do that. And we're going to get up the mountain up to up there somewhere, where there's a secret doorway. Oh, I shouldn't have told you that's secret. Anyway, we're going to go there. And yes. So I was talking about your Middle-earth tourism character. What you want is one that does loads of DPS damage. Now, if you're playing the game for free, the hunter's pretty good. I'm going to break our leg here. There we go. The hunter's pretty good, and I did a video on the Runekeeper. Runekeeper's pretty good. I'm going to do a video on the Lore Master. Lore Master is pretty good as well. What we want is high DPS. We want to kill things quickly so we don't get delayed in our touristic endeavors. And we can do most of the epic quest line, because that's the kind of fun bit for anybody who's really interested in the stories. Using those characters, and you can solo your way all the way through. You don't have to team up with anybody. Of course, it's a good community, so you can team up with people in Lord of the Rings if you really want to. And that's no bother. Am I on the right path here? I might have picked the wrong... Oh no, I think we are on the right path. It's a wee bit hard sometimes to figure out which path you're going up in this mountain, but there's a deer. Hello, deer. And we're running up the mountain, and yes, so another character we're going to look at is the Lore Master. There is one other character that really does huge DPS and is practically unkillable by everything else. I am in the wrong path, I think. We'll see in a second. And that is the Brawler. I'm on the wrong path. We're going to go the other way. This is good. This happens. Can I get out of here? Is there a shortcut up here that I can get? Maybe this will work. Come on. Oh, no. No, it's not going to work. What's that down there? Ooh, an old chest. Secrets. Well, at least we found an old chest. Right, cool. Okay. I'm going to go the other way then. There might be a way across here, but you have to get across this rocky ridge. Yes, so you want a character who can do loads of damage and doesn't take lots of damage and survive. Another option is this one. This is the burglar. Going to do a video on a burglar as well. But I've done a video on the hunter, and I've done a video on the runekeeper. They do loads of damage. They're able to control the enemies so that they don't come and attack you too hard, or they can fire from distance. Ranged characters are pretty good for this kind of thing. This is more like it. If you do want to spend a bit of money in the game, you can get yourself, I think the brawler you have to be a VIP to get hold of. It's a character, but insane amount of DPS and an insane amount of defensive. In fact, the brawler can stand still and enemies attack the brawler and they just die because the brawler has passive damage skills, which is the only character in the game that I know of that has passive damage skills. And so the brawler just stands still and the enemies run at the brawler and they die, which is kind of cool. Here we go, we're on our way up the mountain. So we're just climbing up the foothills of the Lonely Mountain. Here it is up here, this is the Lonely Mountain. And now we're above the tree line, I guess. Yeah, so burglar, brawler. I haven't played with a lot of the other characters really, I have to say. And but if you want to spend a bit of money, the brawler is a great character because the brawler can go through a lot of the group instances solo, which is great fun. It means you don't have to group ever really to get through all the epic quests. Because there's a couple of things that come up. And the brawler does have one ranged skill, which is quite good for drawing enemies, and then you can beat them up. So even the mounted combat enemies, which mounted combat's really annoying, you can chuck, I think it's the mug chucking. The brawler chucks a mug. You chuck a mug at the enemy, it comes and attacks you, and then the brawler beats it up, stuns it and beats it up. So dead easy to deal with mounted enemies as well. There are a couple of quests you do actually need to get on your mounted horse for, that if necessary you can get off and kill the enemies that way. So yes, ranged characters, high DPS, good defense. The burglar is quite good DPS, but it's a slower journey, but it's very Hobbitish, right? You can go into stealth and wear the ring like Bilbo did. And here is our old side door. So this is where Thorin and company got in. This is, they must have built this afterwards. This is the secret door that the key fitted into, and or fit if you're an American. I know that they do the past tense of that differently. And there you go. So we'll, not much to see up here. Take a view off the mountain. Let's go and have a look and see what we can see off the side of the mountain. Bit of a scene here in the movie. There are pages of lore you can pick up as you go. So there's a view off the side of the Lonely Mountain. Alright, let's go and see what's inside the Lonely Mountain. I don't think we can get in that door. No. Okay. Let's head down again and we will go inside. Sorry, just had a mouthful of coffee there. Should I do editing? I really can't be bothered editing these. I mean, I just like to do stream of consciousness as we run around. So let's keep going. It doesn't take long to have a look around Erebor and the places that we need to see. The throne room and stuff is not really interesting. What we'll do is we'll go and see the inside of that side door and see if we can figure out where Thorin and company sneaked in. And then of course the Battle of Five Armies took place all around the mountain later on in the book, and spoiler ahead, yep, they win, and Bilbo survives and carries the ring on to the next book, which is The Lord of the Rings. So yes, if you want to be a tourist, it's a very, very pleasant community in this game. You don't get griefed by a whole lot of idiots because there's no player v player combat. So you shouldn't be scared of it. If you played something like World of Warcraft and you started that and you keep getting griefed because in the spawning areas there's all these high level characters that wait to beat you up and steal your stuff. Those are what we call dicks in the gaming world, those people. Or griefers is the technical term for them. And you don't want that. That doesn't happen in this game. Because this game has no PvP. Oh, I don't think Bilbo's never... My guy's never picked this one up, so we'll go and pick it up. There's dwarf markers around the place and you pick them all up, you get something. Few somethings. None of it really matters, but it all adds to the old tourism, doesn't it? There you go, dwarf marker. Right, let's see if we can get down a different way without breaking our leg. So yes, in this game, very, very pleasant. All those idiots who like to do that kind of thing aren't playing this game because they can't do it in this game, so you don't have to deal with so many arseholes. And there's a lot of those kind of people around. A lot of those kind of people around, so it's an easy life if you can avoid them. Now we're heading down the mountain. We're going to get ourselves to the entrance of... I'd probably get on a horse here, couldn't I? Do I still have my horse on 0? I do. Let's see. We'll make this trip a bit faster on the horse. Let's head down here. We'll get into the mountain and we'll see what we can see inside the mountain. In fact, you can ride your horse inside the mountain, I think, here. Here's the entrance. So it's all been built up and tidied up and tarted up since the Battle of the Five Armies, whatever that was, 80 years ago. And it's looking good now, it's looking tidy, looking spick and span. Somebody mentioned on YouTube that isn't it amazing that all the dwarven architecture is really kind of Art Deco and all of the elven architecture is really Art Nouveau. And in fact that was the design choice that they made in the movies. And maybe design choice that artists have used because it's much easier to reuse a style that we already have in our world than it is to make one up completely from scratch. And so the dwarves are all very deco. And Art Deco's a great style. If you ever see Poirot, the TV series, that's all Art Deco. It's great. He loves his Art Deco stuff. Hercule Poirot. Say that 10 times fast. So yes, we're heading down here to see where the inside of the side door might be. So you'll notice we're heading back in the same direction that we came from outside the mountain. You may not be able to notice that, it's a bit hard with the video. But anyway, we're going to go this way. We'll see, I think there's a way through here somewhere. Easier to go for the top, maybe we'll try. So we're inside the Lonely Mountain. This is all the sneaky bits that Bilbo had to do in the story. Sneak past the dragon, sneak around the golds, find the Arkenstone of Thrain, or Thrain, and then hide it from, spoilers, hide it from Thorin, so that Thorin could be cured of his dragon sickness. And the dragon sickness in the dwarf is the love of gold and jewels and things. What's this? Is that the side door? Where are we now? What's going to happen here? Go out here? What happens? Can't go out there. Right, something weird happened. Can't go that way. Okay, let's get up here. I think the side door's up here somewhere, but I think it's up near the top. So I've got to do a bit of climbing. I think it's up there somewhere. No, look, it's a great view of the horse's bottom there. Let's see. And then we'll go and see who's in charge of the dwarfs now. And see if they can tell us anything useful. Probably not. So yes, Ryder Cup next week. I'm a bit of a fan of golf, as you know, and I'll enjoy watching that. So the side door was somewhere up high. It might have been up here somewhere. This might have been it. That might be the side door there. And this is where Bilbo snuck in and then discovered right down in there that there was a live dragon sleeping on a big pile of gold. And let's get off the horse here. How do we do that without falling off the cliff? Let's try it. Dismount. Oh, it does work. Calling your horse backwards works. Okay, so let's try not to fall off. There you go. There's the inside. This would have been Bilbo's view as he came in, but you wouldn't have had the lights on. It would just be a big pile of gold in the dark. Right? And let's get back on the horse. So allow us to move faster. And I might just pull out so that I can see where I'm going, because there's a lot of long drops here. Not quite the bottomless depths of Moria that we saw in a previous video. That gives you a bit of a shock too. Sometimes you might think you're going over stairs and you discover you're not. Is there stairs here? Where are the stairs? Down here somewhere. It's a bit hard to see the stairs sometimes. Okay, let's see if we can get... I'm not going to go that way. That looks like stairs. That guy's going down them, so it must be okay. Right, let's head to the throne. Oh, no, don't go that way. See? Very easy. We'll go this way. That's not stairs either. Gotta be careful. Going across here. Maybe not. Where do I need to go? Is that stairs over there? It looks like that's the way down. I think there is stairs here. Yes, there are. And we go this way, do we? No, we don't. I'm lost. Ah! Might have to do a bit of a burglar trick here. See if we can... Might be stairs on this end, isn't there? Nope. Ah, how do you get out of here? We'll go up that way. Let's see if there's stairs out of there somewhere. That looks like a big pond. Is there stairs here? There is. Well, it nearly died though. And there's stairs here. Let's go down here. Oh no! Broken leg horse. Wasn't that big a drop though, so we're okay. Yeah. Do I want to go up here? I don't know if I do. I think I want to go down again. Let's go down again. So as you can see, I don't really know my way around here very well. But yes. Eventually you get back to where you're meant to be, which is up there somewhere, I think. And we'll get out of here. And we'll head and see the throne room, and we'll end the video, I think. What are we up to? 17 minutes. That's a perfect length for a little diatribe video. What's going on here? Where am I now? Looks like some kind of theatre. Is that a theatre? Look at this. Stage. Get up there and do a song. Doesn't look like it's where I want to be, though. Let's get back out. Need to be careful coming out of this theatre. There's a few drops. Right. There must be a main road back to the halls, though, from the theatre, you'd think, right? Not much point putting on shows if nobody can get to them. So we'll go this way. Yes. So, there you go. This is Bilbo's journey come to an end. I don't know what we're going to do next. I do have a few tips and tricks for Lotro that I might try and pass on in videos. So if you're playing the game and you need money or something, I might give you a few tips on how to earn a bit of money fast. I'm lost again, look. This is ludicrous. That's a good thing to do. And crafting. Do we need to know how to craft? I mean, to be perfectly honest, I haven't done a lot of crafting because am I back in the same place again? I am too. Go this way and see if it takes us out. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a burglar trick here. There's a rather cool thing a burglar can do. So we'll get off the horse. Burglar can jump off things and not die. There we go again. Handy for getting around, actually, this. See? Okay, let's get back on the horse. Get that off. Right, we're out now, I think. Don't tell me this is the theatre again. Come on. It is too. Where am I? Oh. Anyway. I think we're going to draw this to an end. We can go and see who's in charge of the dwarves in Erebor, but I think it's... Who is it now? Dane? Dane 2 or somebody? Let's get the map up. Where am I going? Grand Theatre. I want to turn left. Left. Generally, I want to be going left. Let's get up here and go left and see what happens. Oh, this looks a bit better, maybe. This is us. So we'll go to the throne room. We'll see. Is it Dane? 2? Is it Dane? Can't remember. Various services here. There is a housing area here too. You can buy a house and decorate it to your heart's content with stuff. Let's head for the throne room. Sorry about the length of this video. I got lost. Bit of a maze, that place. But we'll just rest down here. This is where the dwarves are all hanging now. There, look at the big hall. And up here there's drinking and merrymaking and stuff. Which goes along with what Bilbo says right at the end of the book. Or Thorin says, if more of us valued company and merriness or something above hoarded gold, it would be a merrier world. That's not the exact quote, but there you go. You'll work it out. That was a spoiler, by the way, too. Anyway, here we go. We've got to Erebor. We've got to see the king, who is called... Let's see. What's he called? King Thorin III. There you go. Thorin III. So he's in charge. And this is the Great Hall of Erebor. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. I don't know what we're doing next, but keep your eye out and we'll see. I might just do a bit of touring around the Middle-earth as it is in the game. Things that aren't in the books might be the next thing. So look out for that and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.